Namaskar students, class 9, chapter 2, polynomial. In the last video, we have studied about division of polynomials. Now we will study about factorization of polynomial. Now, what do you mean by factors in arithmetic? Basically, if I need to do factors of 8 in mathematics, I can say that 4 into 2 are factors of 8. That means if I divide 8 by 4, the remainder is going to come 0. 8 divides 4 completely. So I can say that 4 is a factor of 8. That means अगर मैं 8 को 4 से divide करूँ, so I will get remainder 0. So I can say that this 4 is a factor of 8. So that means again 8 को मैं 2 से divide करूँ, so again I will get remainder 0. So I can say that 2 is a factor of 8. So there can be so many factors of 8. 4 and 2 are just few of them or just 2 of them. So factors in arithmetic means when we divide it by a number, the remainders come 0. Now what do you mean by factors in polynomial? Now suppose I have taken a polynomial x square minus 9. Suppose I have taken a polynomial x square minus 9. If 9 can be written as 3 ka square, so it's a form of a square minus b square. I can write it as a plus b, that is x plus 3, and a minus b, that is x minus 3. So x square minus 9 can be written as x plus 3 into x minus 3. So that means I have factorized x square minus 9. So when I divide x square minus 9 with x plus 3, you can do it by long division method. We have already done in the previous video. I'll get remainder 0. Remainder 0 means completely divisible. Again, if I divide x square minus 9 with x minus 3, I will again get remainder 0. So this is factorization in polynomials. Now there are methods of factorization in polynomials. Before we come to methods, you must make a note. In polynomial, number of factors depends on the degree of polynomial. They are equal. Whatever will be the degree of polynomial, we have that much factors. That means for linear polynomial, obviously one factor, that is the same polynomial itself. For quadratic polynomial, degree 2, we will have 2 factors. For cubic polynomial, degree 3, we will have 3 factors. Like this is a quadratic polynomial. So I have obtained 2 factors, x plus 3 and x minus 3. These are the factors of x square minus 9. So number of factor depends on degree of polynomial, and number of factor is equals to degree of polynomial. Now method of factorization of polynomial. Now there are 2 methods of factorization of polynomial. First is by splitting the middle term, which you have already studied in class 8. Chapter 7 factorization you have studied. Last exercise was based on that only. By splitting the middle term. This is only applicable for polynomial of degree 2. That means we can only apply splitting the middle term on quadratic polynomials. Now second method is by factor theorem. Factor theorem can be applied on the polynomial of degree 2 and above. That means it can be applied on cubic, quadratic, biquadratic, degree 5, degree 6, any kind of polynomial. Now again we will revise the first method which we have already studied in class 8. By splitting the middle term, we will revise here again. So my first method is by splitting the middle term. Now splitting the middle term, it is used for quadratic polynomial of degree 2. My general way of representing a quadratic polynomial is ax square plus bx plus c. We have already studied this, where a is not equals to 0. Why? Because if a becomes 0, 0 into any number will become 0. So it will be ax square will become 0. When this will not be there, only bx plus c will be my linear polynomial. So a cannot be 0, and a, b, c are constants. A, b, c are constants values. Now in this method, what we do in the middle term splitting method, basically ax square plus bx plus c, middle term we always write down in the descending order of their powers. Means first we'll write down x square, then x, then constant term. Now bx will be divided into 2 parts such that p and q is just a symbolic representation. This b is the sum of p plus q, and this ac is equals to P multiplied by Q. Multiplication of this and this will be PQ. Now, we will do the questions on factorization in our next video. Stay home, stay safe, stay connected.